But let's assume that you are a strong leader and you want to hire some great leaders. How do you go about doing it?
Well, one of the things that I always talk about is the importance of being recruiter in chief. And to me, recruiter in chief, so here's the story that goes along with that. I was giving a talk a number of years ago at the Engineers Club, St. Louis, Missouri. I'm up on stage, and there are, I'd say in the room, probably about 99 engineers aged 24 to 35, kind of seasoned youth. And
and they're doing yard work right next door.
And they're doing yard work next door.
Which would be par for the course. Last week I was on a golf course and planes were flying overhead and stuff. So I'm sorry. So Engineers Club.
Yeah. So Engineers Club, St. Louis, Missouri, ages maybe 24 to 35. I've got 99 engineers that fit that bill, and then one guy over here to my left, probably 55, polished, professional, quietly holding court at his table of 8. And I'm nothing if not curious, so I made sure to make my way over to this guy afterward and introduce myself, and I kind of was hinted around, but I wanted to figure out why he was there. And he said, "Eric, that's very simple. I'm recruiter-in-chief for my business."
Yeah.
And listen, there are a lot of things that go into being able to acquire top talent. But one of the things that I would say is to understand that if you're the CEO or the leader of a business unit, on the one hand, you're unbelievably busy. You don't have time to do all the recruiting. I mean, you have a team of people that does that.
Right.
But you cannot delegate the responsibility to be kind of the face of your business. And I do think you have a responsibility to be out and about in the communities where talent is hanging out, just meeting people, being available, shaking hands, knowing and being known. Because among other things, we talked about modeling, the importance of modeling. You're modeling that to the leaders who work for you. You got a whole organization that does that, and I think you have the ability to attract a lot more talent.
Yeah. So it's interesting, recruiter in chief. That's a great concept, and I really took that to heart as a CIO for an organization, of getting out there, maintaining my network. When I was at conferences, I was always looking for people that just gave a phenomenal presentation.
Right.
Make sure to make the introduction, make sure to know them. Well, one of the things I did for my staff was, each one of them, I sort of gave a part of their review every year, and part of their sort of their score for the year was on their ability to expand their network and to, and I mean, no offense against the executive recruiters, but my first bent would be to have my staff go, "Hey, I've got 5 people available for the next job that's coming available." It saves that money, but it also, generally speaking, they're partially vetted. I mean, you've listened to them speak, you've talked to some of their peers, you've sat down with them, you've met with them at 3 or 4 conferences, and you sort of have a feel for who they are and how they're going to plug into the organization.